Anybody got a question? Just raise your hand, shout it out, and I'm happy to address it. Either it's about the content or maybe just what it feels like to pull 8, 10 G's. That's kind of fun too. There you go, right there. What do you got?
This is just about the flying itself.
Yep.
You ever bump?
Do you ever bump? That's kind of cool. So the question was, this is about the flying itself. Did we ever bump? We actually do sometimes. Now, there's 2 different types of bumps. There's what we call swap and paint, which means, you just kind of a little bit, right? And there's the one where you're coming at each other and you just blow up, right? Okay, so they're pretty different, all right? The answer is yes, okay. In fact, one day, it was Opa-locka, Miami, Florida. All 6 of us were doing what we call the loop break cross. That's where all 6 go up together, boom. And I remember looking there, I'm 18 inches, I feel the cracks in the paint, the earth goes over, upside down. Next thing you know, you're pointing straight down, the boss goes, smoke on, ready, break, and boom, I roll my jet. I feel a bump. Now, you ever back into something and not want to get out and look at it? This is what's happening. I'm sitting there and I look over my left wing, boom, part of the wing's gone. But not only is part of the wing gone, this gets my attention. There's a voice that starts talking to you. It's actually in the airplane. We call her Betty. Actually, we call her Bitchin' Betty because anytime she talks to you, it's not good, right? And she comes up and she goes, flight controls, hydraulic failure. I'm like, yeah, no shit. Okay, and I'm pointing straight down. And I look out and I go, okay, what do you got to do? So you need to recover the airplane. No big deal. There's what they call immediate action emergencies. You're trained to do it. You just go into that zone, do what you need to do to stay alive. Boom. So I land the jet, and then comes the more important debrief. What happened? So we don't start with me. I was number 6 that year. We start with boss, and we go around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just what you saw. But when it gets to me, they're a little interested, right? People are a little interested, right? And it gets to me, and I say, boss, I don't know what happened. Here's the last thing I remember. We're pointed straight down. You say, smoke on, ready, break. I roll my jet. Boom, I feel a thump. And they go, okay, well, let's figure it out together. And all of a sudden, we're trying to figure it out. And we got some videos, so we're unpacking it. And Bush looks at me. Bush is number 2, the guy I hit, by the way. And he goes, hey, Gucci, when you roll your jet, what do you do? I said, what do you mean what I do? That's like that's just a pilot question, right? I turn the smoke on, I roll my jet. He goes, no, of course. Show me. And so I go like this with my hands, turn the smoke on, it's on the throttle, and I roll the jet. And he goes, do that again. And I go like this. And he goes, didn't you cancel? Now, to everyone in this room, that means nothing. Right away, the minute he said that, that was the issue. Cancel means before you roll, which is like this, you have to do a very quick forward stick motion to get to 0G and then roll, because if I roll under 0G, I won't displace. If I just roll the jet, there's a lift vector, you're going to displace. I had done it wrong. Here's the bigger question. I had done it wrong all year. Not only had I been doing it wrong all year, my leader, my trainer, my coach was doing it wrong all year. We had a training problem. We had been doing it wrong the entire time. We finally got close enough where it made an issue. Then what did? We figured it out. We put it in the SOP. The Blue Angels never had that problem since. That's the power of what I'm talking about, right?